Get the F asterisk CK out. Why Prince Harry's fiery courtroom showdown has everyone talking. It's the kind of courtroom drama you'd expect from a Netflix binge watch, not a real-life royal. But here we are, Prince Harry, former golden boy of the British monarchy, just got verbally yeeted by a judge during a heated appeal to reinstate his UK security detail. And yes, the judge didn't mince words. Get the FCK out. Asterisk. That single outburst turned a stiff, formal court hearing into a moment that set tabloids on fire and social media into overdrive. But how did it get to this point? Why is Prince Harry, once adored, now polarizing, begging to pay for security in a country he voluntarily left? And why is everyone either cheering or cringing at how it all went down? Let's dig into the courtroom chaos, the emotional toll, and the wild irony of a royal who just wants to be safe in his own kingdom, only to be told he's not welcome. When royals become regulars, Prince Harry's royal exit and its fallout. Remember that moment in early 2020 when Harry and Meghan shocked the world with Megxit? They stepped back from royal duties, packed their bags, and moved to California, leaving behind palaces for palm trees. At first, it seemed like a bold, freeing choice. But as with any major life shift, the consequences didn't take long to creep in. One of the biggest sacrifices? Losing his government-funded security detail. Because under UK law, royal protection is tied directly to working status. No duties, no bodyguards. It's like quitting your job and expecting the company to still send you a driver and a security team on the weekends. But here's where it gets juicy. Harry didn't just let it go. He fought back, hard. And this isn't a man who throws a royal tantrum. He went full legal warfare, challenging the very government that once paid to protect him. Why? Because he says he and his family are still very much at risk when they visit the UK. And he might have a point. After all, they're the royal couple who broke every mold, got roasted online, and were stalked by paparazzi from London to Los Angeles. But does all that add up to deserving the same security detail as a working royal? That's the question Harry brought to court. And the judge's answer? A dramatic, courtroom mic drop. The appeal heard around the world. What actually happened in court? So, what really went down inside that courtroom? Prince Harry appealed a previous ruling that stripped him of automatic police protection when in the UK. His argument? The risk hasn't changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. And if the government won't pay for it, he should at least be allowed to pay for it himself. Seems fair, right? Except not everyone agrees. A government lawyer argued that British police officers aren't guns for hire. They aren't there to act as private bodyguards for the rich and famous. And allowing Harry to fund his own elite security sets a dangerous precedent. What's to stop every billionaire from expecting a police escort to dinner? Then came the turning point. In a moment that has now become the quote of the whole saga, the judge reportedly snapped after hours of back-and-forth arguments and declared, "Get the F asterisk CK out." Boom. Silence. Then a courtroom buzzing with gasps, glances, and texts flying to journalists. Whether you think the judge was out of line or refreshingly honest, one thing's for sure. It exposed the raw nerves behind Harry's legal battle and possibly his desperation. Is Prince Harry being punished for leaving the royal family? Let's get real for a second. Would this be happening if Harry had stayed in the royal fold? Probably not. The security question cuts deeper than dollars. It's about belonging. By walking away, Harry didn't just leave a job. He left a system, a culture, a centuries-old institution that doesn't take betrayal lightly. So when he comes back asking for perks like royal-level security, some see it as audacity. Others? A cry for help. Think about it. Harry grew up being protected around the clock. Guards, snipers, armored cars. Then, overnight, he's just another celebrity in Malibu, dodging drones and tabloids. And the second he steps back into London, the danger spikes. Yet, for the royal institution, rules are rules. No work, no perks, even if you're Charles's kid. So, is this about public safety or royal politics? What the world is saying, reactions from every corner of the internet. Within minutes of the judge's fiery remark, "Get the F asterisk CK out," the internet did what it does best. Exploded. Tweets turned into threads. Instagram Reels showed edited court drama like a Suits reboot. And TikTok? Oh, TikTok had a field day. You had people on one side shaking their heads saying, "That's what you get when you abandon your family and expect royal perks anyway." And then there were the passionate defenders. Harry was born into this chaos. All he wants is to protect his wife and kids. Why is that a crime? Even royal analysts chimed in, many cautiously supportive of the court's decision while also admitting this could have been handled with a little more grace. After all, it's not every day a judge goes full Samuel L. Jackson on a prince. But here's the interesting twist. The stronger the backlash, the more people seem to relate to Harry. Because haven't we all had moments where we walked away from something toxic, a job, a family, a past life, only to be pulled back in for one final, messy confrontation? A different kind of prince, redefining what royal looks like. For centuries, royals have been distant, polished, untouchable. Prince Harry, though, he's rewriting the rulebook. He's talked openly about mental health, PTSD, and trauma. He's cried on camera. He's admitted he doesn't have all the answers. And maybe, just maybe, that's why his story resonates so deeply with people outside the palace walls. He's the prince who made therapy cool. The guy who went from military service to Netflix deals. The one who swapped Buckingham for brunch in Santa Barbara. But that evolution has come at a cost, one that's being tallied in both court filings and public trust. The more Harry leans into transparency and personal truth, the more the old guard tightens its grip on tradition. And every time he steps back into the UK, that tension ignites. Still, in an age where authenticity is currency, could Harry be the most modern royal we've ever seen? Let's talk about Meghan, because you know we have to. You can't mention Prince Harry without the internet dragging Meghan Markle into the spotlight, and this case is no exception. Critics claim she's the reason he's in this mess. That she pulled him away from the royal family. That she wanted the fame without the work. Supporters clap back. Meghan stood by her man while facing relentless abuse, both from the media and allegedly from the institution itself. She endured racism, invasive press, and cold shoulders from the palace, and still showed up with a smile. So when Harry says he's fighting for protection because of the danger they both face, many believe him. They've seen the receipts, the press headlines, the hate-fueled rants online. This isn't about royalty anymore. It's about survival. Whether or not you like Meghan, one thing is clear. She and Harry are now a unit. Ride or die. And that courtroom appeal? It wasn't just Harry asking for security. It was a husband fighting for his family's safety. Let that sink in. The wild what-ifs. Could Harry ever return to the royal fold? Let's say, hypothetically, this legal saga ends. Harry loses the appeal once and for all. No security, no exceptions. What happens next? Will Harry retreat completely from public life in the UK? Will he stop bringing his children, Archie and Lilibet, to their father's homeland? Will this cement the divide between him and King Charles, Prince William, and the rest of the royal machine? Or, and here's the spicy one, could it trigger a royal reconciliation? Imagine this. A weary Harry, emotionally bruised, gets a surprise phone call from William. A quiet meeting. A symbolic gesture of peace. Security no longer being the issue, family becoming the focus. It's unlikely, but not impossible. And the British public? They love a redemption arc. If the royals extended an olive branch, and Harry accepted it, we could witness one of the most compelling comebacks in modern royal history. But for now, that's just a fantasy. The courtroom is cold. The wounds are still fresh. And Harry's not ready to bow just yet. Lessons we can all learn from the Duke's public battle. Now, maybe you're not a royal. Unless you are. In which case, thanks for reading, Your Highness. But this whole saga holds surprisingly relatable lessons. Walking away from something doesn't mean walking away from consequences. Harry left the royal institution, but its ripple effects keep crashing into his new life. You can't always buy your way into peace. Even a prince can't just write a check to make fear go away. Real security, emotional and physical, isn't always for sale. Speaking your truth comes with risks. but it's still worth it. Whether in Oprah's garden or on a witness stand, Harry keeps talking. And while he's lost court cases, he's gained something else, a voice. You can choose yourself, even if it breaks tradition. Harry's decisions haven't been perfect, but they've been his. And in a world that worships conformity, that's quietly revolutionary. Final mic drop. What would you do? So, let's bring it back to you. Imagine you're Prince Harry. You left a life that nearly destroyed you. You built something new. You're happy, mostly. But when you go home, the doors are locked, and the guards you grew up with won't even escort you to your grandmother's grave. Do you walk away again? Or do you fight one last time for the right to feel safe in the country you still call home? It's a complicated question. One with no easy answers. But maybe that's why this story hits so hard. Because at the heart of it, it's not about palaces or titles or police escorts. It's about love, loss, identity, family, and the universal human need to be seen, heard, and protected, even if you're wearing a crown. Before you go, if this story got you thinking, stirred up emotions, or made you shout, "What the hell, Britain?" Don't just scroll away. Share this article. Drop a comment below. What's your take? And if you've ever had to fight for what you thought was right, tell us. Because this isn't just Harry's story. It's a reminder that standing up for yourself, no matter who you are or what you gave up, is always worth the risk. And we'll be here for every twist, every headline, and every moment he dares to defy the crown again. Stay curious. Stay bold. And hey, maybe don't shout at a judge. Unless you're royal. Then apparently, it's just another Tuesday. The prince who wouldn't play by the rules. Let's face it, Prince Harry is not your grandfather's royal. He's not content to wave from a balcony, keep a stiff upper lip, and let palace advisors control his every word. And while that might horrify the traditionalists sipping tea in Kensington, it's exactly what makes him fascinating to millions around the world. He doesn't follow the rules because he never truly fit them in the first place. Remember when he showed up to a costume party dressed in a Nazi uniform and got roasted globally? Remember his wild Las Vegas weekend with a game of strip billiards